looks to be another active day across the basin. We have the perfect and primed atmosphere for dealing with severe storms. Now, a lot of the stuff is going to be taking place later in the day, so they might not have the same strength as daytime storms, which is going to be the best thing that we could have. But it's going to ride right along this cold front passing through. Yeah, we had a cold front. We dropped down into the 90s instead of the triple digits from yesterday. Still feels pretty warm though, because we have a lot of that humidity still in the atmosphere. Notice our dew points in those 60s. Yeah, we don't see a whole lot of moisture like this, at least out here, unless we're expecting a decent outbreak for some strong storms. Radar not showing a whole lot though, although it looks to be just a quick little burst of activity south of Alpine. No severe weather warnings or no special weather statements. Anything that pops up south of I-10 is going to stay south of I-10. Anything that pops up in New Mexico will likely push its way into the Permian Basin later during the overnight hours. All right, here's that severe risk for today. It's going to be that level 2 slight. Most of this stuff, yeah, popping up near Roswell and then pushing its way down into the Permian Basin and possibly in toward the Trans-Pecos, maybe around the Stockton Plateau. We'll be keeping our eye on it. The biggest threat I have is going to be that hail risk. 15% chance of 1-inch diameter hail, with the dash line representing about 2-inch diameter hail. Yeah, I don't want to repeat of yesterday either, but that's what it's looking like. But I can't tell you anything in terms of big developments because, well, nothing right now is developing. Overnight tonight, going to stay on the warmer side. Yeah, more of those mid to upper 60s, a few 70s along the Rio Grande. As you head out the door tomorrow, you are going to deal with some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms, maybe even scattered too, 40% of that coverage. And that's going to last a little bit into the afternoon as well. Still about 40% coverage with temperatures only hitting about 84 degrees. You get a lot of overcast skies and, well, just some pretty active stuff. Here's the models. Right around 7 o'clock, you see that stuff out near Alpine, moving south of Fort Stockton. Not much of a threat, and then it's gone. But then, okay, maybe a little bit of action popping up right around Big Lake out towards San Angelo. But notice this stuff out here in New Mexico and just to the south of Lubbock. That's going to be pushing its way into the Permian Basin. This is around 1 a.m. It shows a heavy cell right over top of Midland and Odessa. Now we'll see if this actually holds true, because storms this late in the night don't tend to hold on to strength so well unless you got a large-scale system. We got a cold front. Yeah, so here's going to be tomorrow afternoon. Still looking at a little bit of activity, mainly out to our far western areas, but it could try to push its way into the Permian Basin. Maybe South Odessa might get a little bit of action. We'll be keeping our eye on that, because that risk for tomorrow is mainly going to be situated farther to the west. Carlsbad, Pecos, Fort Stockton for that level 2. But for wind and hail, once again, there is a small tornado threat in those high elevations. For your Wednesday, it's going to be calming down, but it's still going to be a very, very active pattern for the next few days. Rain chances, yes, they're going to be there for at least through Friday, but don't worry, the weekend actually looking pretty good. Father's Day weekend too, and it looks like we officially go back into our summer pattern, Alex.
Jordan, they say not to play with your food, but there's an excuse